Okay.
No, yeah. Okay. Now come on.
Wait a minute. I got to figure out how to mute all in a minute, but okay, let me go back. Never mind. How do I mute everybody? Oh, there we go. Okay, everybody's muted now. Like I say, this is a learning curve. And in part of the meditation, I ask people if they wish to imagine this angelic Merkaba sacred geometry around them. And I'm showing it to you now because during the meditation, I have it a picture on PowerPoint, but you're going to have your eyes closed, so you won't be able to see it. So this is a sacred geometry that has been proven to raise the energetic vibration of what other living beings are around it. So that's why I'm going to ask you to imagine being in the center of it, like that center pole. So that's why I just wanted to show it to you now. So we're going to start the meditation now. Okay. And first I want to say it's very nice to be with everybody and to be able to be in this space. And this is going to be a, I got 2 more people coming in, so hold on. Gotta do that. Oh, another one. And I gave the title to this talk of Ascension Awakening Techniques for Raising Your Consciousness. And as part of that, oh, okay, how do I do this? I don't know how to do that. Just a minute, I got to move something away. Like say, this is a learning experience. Okay. Okay. The meditation is going to be a couple components. The first important is raising your vibration. And that's why I like to do what's called the sacred triad, so that we are connected with Mother Earth, the Creator, and then bring in on our divine higher self. And then we'll then raise a vibration with the angelic Merkaba. And then since we have this high vibration, we need to send it out and share it. And first is to our local area, the Green Valley, Tucson area that has 6 portals for ascension, and then send it to Mother Earth, and then connect with the galactic grid. So with that said, just tuning in inward, perhaps closing your eyes, and just going within. Going within to the deep, quiet space. A space you have been there before. The ultimate divine inner peace. And some people like to use their breath to bring in higher connection to your inner self. Or just imagining this field of your divine higher self, this peaceful spirit, because you are love and light. And to make this the sacred triad connection, we're first going to go down to Mother Earth. So imagine a ball of light, your spirit, your soul, and a small ball in your heart center. And send that down now to connect with the center of Mother Earth. Connecting in as you go down below to the crystalline core of Mother Earth, and imagining connecting with the highest divine love and light as you feel connected to the spirit of Mother Earth. Feeling the deep love that Mother Earth has for you. And sending the love you have for Mother Earth back to Mother Earth. And now sending your divine light up to the Creator. Sending your awareness going up to the top of your crown chakra, going up through the sky, past the white fluffy clouds, up, into outer space, going past the planets, the beautiful galaxies, as you're heading up to a huge golden white ball of light that is infinite. And now merge with these energies of the Creator, receiving higher ascension vibrations, connecting with the divine love that the Creator is sending to you now. Filling up with the high vibrations of the Creator. And now starting to head back towards where your body is on Mother Earth. Going down into your body, reconnecting in the physical. And now calling forth the highest divine potential expression of your divinity, some call the higher self. And feel your whole body, your whole light body, and connect up and down to Creator and Mother Earth in a brilliant column of divine light. And to strengthen the energy field that you're in, imagine that angelic Merkaba sacred geometry ascension tool surrounding your body. And it's creating a higher vibrational field as you are receiving into that energy now. And as you imagine it spinning clockwise around you, it will raise your energetic vibration even higher. As you may feel yourself continuously filling up with higher vibrations the rest of this meeting, allowing those energies to strengthen the light within as you're connected to Gaia, Mother Earth, Creator, and your highest, higher self. Continuing to hold these high vibrations of light now, as it is time to share your energy with the Tucson Green Valley area. For this area has been blessed to be an ascension portal. There have been 6 portals set in a divine spiral sacred geometry pattern in the Tucson Green Valley area. So share your love and blessings into the Tucson Green Valley area now. And now also send your spiritual energies, your divine love and blessings to everyone in the metaphysical group, either on this Zoom meeting or from the original metaphysical group. Connect our energies with each other. As we realize we are not alone. We are all connected in divine love and light. And now send your energies, your blessings, your love to Mother Earth and to the Christ consciousness grid that surrounds our planet. As we are strengthening this grid and connecting with the other light workers that are also sending their love to the Mother Earth grid. And now that we have honored the Divine Mother that sustains us, we now connect Earth with the galactic grid and our cosmic family of light, the divine galactic beings that are related to us, that watch over us, and are blessing us on our earth journey. For we shall get closer and closer to the day of physical contact, but they are with us now. And so connect our earth and yourselves to your galactic brothers and sisters, for we really are in this all together. And now it's time to come back into your physical body, holding these high vibrations. Perhaps breathing, getting back in touch with the body. When you're ready, opening your eyes, being here now, holding that vibration. So give everybody a little bit just to make sure they're back. And our last Zoom meeting, we had talked about people wanting to know, well, what is ascension? What are the techniques to get there? And so I put together a little presentation about it, because basically ascension is our spiritual enlightenment from the third to the fifth dimensional conscious levels. And I'd say that most of the planet is still in 3D consciousness, but there are a lot of light workers and beings of light that have gone even beyond the fifth dimension and are living that now. And we have the divine ability to tap into those higher vibrations. And that's part of the reason I believe we started this metaphysical group, to help each other on our path. And with ascension, you start to integrate your divine soul into the physical body. Many years ago, a lot of light workers thought that ascension meant just your body would leave and go back to heaven automatically, and that was ascension. But it's not. It's really almost the opposite. You're descending because you're allowing your higher divine self to fully awaken and work through your physical body, so that we can manifest this ascension on many levels of vibration. And during this ascension, your frequency is accelerated. And there are many things that help, but people who have been following the Schumann resonance, it has been really accelerating this past few weeks, unbelievably high, which affects all of humanity's vibration. And we collectively create our fifth dimensional consciousness through our individual ascension process. And in 5D, we shift into the Christ or unity consciousness. And benefits of ascension. As you integrate your soul into the body, you have a stronger connection to nature. For you're able to connect into that peace, that quiet, that love that nature has. For that actually is in your innate source, to be in that peaceful state. And you start to notice more coincidence and synchronicity, like seeing 111, 333, looking at the clock, something just says, hey, look at the clock. And as you look, it's like, oh, it's 1111, or whatever numbers. And these will increase because it's asking you to pay more attention to what the universe is sharing. And the more you pay attention to these synchronicities or coincidences, they will happen even more, for you are telling the universe you are open to listen. You also have an increased sense of inner peace, love, and light. And you awaken your psychic abilities. And some people can start to remember their past lives and where they're from, or if they're a star seed, a walk-in, if they're meant to be a light worker. And I mentioned the Tucson Green Valley area. This is a map, and it shows the numbers in 1 through 6 that makes a spiraling, and the last 6 point is in the Santa Rita Mountains right behind us in Green Valley. So these portals are activated, and they were finished the fall of last year, and they're in place to hold the vibrational energies to help awaken this area to its highest ascension energies and the divine blueprint. So we have this extra energy, and for some people who said that they noticed they were just drawn here, they didn't know why, it just happened. I think a lot of it is because of this, that this area, and Spirit told me that this area is destined to become the city, the area of light again. And with so many people showing up in the Green Valley area, it showed us that people are awakening, their energetically feeling drawn here, maybe not knowing why. And that's maybe why our group started, to support each other in our ascension process. And as far as the ascension techniques, I always like to honor Nikola Tesla, who said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And because of my spiritual background and awakening many years ago, that my path is to work specifically with energy, frequency, and vibration. So a lot of my teachings, you'll notice, always have that resonance to them. You know, that's just a part of it. Everybody's got their own piece to share, but that's sort of my piece. And one thing about working with energy and frequency is that we need to recognize and acknowledge that we're eternal beings of light. For example, the more you focus on being this being of light that's here for a spiritual purpose, the more it will awaken, and you will start to remember what that purpose is. And it's really helpful to address yourself as, I am a being of light. The more you acknowledge it, the more it draws those energies to you. And another technique is to remember that your choices create your reality. You know, and we may hear those words and wonder, well, what does that mean? But the more you practice that, being able to, if you have a choice, to really notice perhaps the feeling of asking, well, if I make choice A, how does it energetically feel? Versus if I make choice B, how does that energetically feel? And then align your choices to the highest divine energetic potential that you do feel, and you are creating your reality. And it's good to take a holistic approach daily on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level. And as far as the physical, staying active, moving the body, and perhaps exercising in the peace and calm of nature, the beauty, the expansiveness, as this person is in gratitude to the beautiful mountain and the water that's before him and the sky. Another thing physically you could do is the disciplines, the Oriental disciplines that work with the Qi energy, like Qigong and Tai Chi. You know, they work on a different level. There's the physical body, and then we go into subtler energies, going up into, like the Qi level, and then going into the chakras, and then working in the light body, and then expanding into the fifth dimensional consciousness of pure light and energy. So it's a progression, and it just takes practice and perseverance to get there. And another thing is, when you organize your things, that you can organize them in a way that creates a higher energy flow in your home through better feng shui. Mental. studying positive teachings for transformation. With this internet technology, it's nice that we have so many positive spiritual and great philosophical teachings we have the time now to listen to. And I hear a lot of people saying that they have really enjoyed this time to really study and learn. And it's also good to be grateful for positive things in your life. Again, hearing so many people saying they like this shutdown. They've been able to go inside and it feels wonderful. And then also part of that is releasing what is non-beneficial to you. And again, that's the choice. Are you in a bad relationship situation where the energy needs to shift and you need to move out of it? Or is it something, that is non-beneficial on other levels of perhaps negative mind chatter? And so you make the choice of what is beneficial or non-beneficial. And in the end, if you imagine a world of peace, love, and light, that there will be peace, love, and light. Emotional. Watch or listen to funny or uplifting things. I like to once a week listen to The Simpsons. I just get a chuckle out of it and it uplifts me. I laugh. I try to at least once a day listen or watch something funny, that gets me to chuckle and it feels good. And I love this thing: spend less time acting like an adult and more time playing like a child. Think about that. How often are you doing things that is like playing like a child? And to choose the vibrational level of what you focus your attention on, basically, again, choosing your reality on an emotional level. And being in the present moment of now. Spiritual. Meditate to balance your mind, body, and spirit. I think most of us are into meditation and we know how powerful that is to calm us and bring us to our center. And balancing your chakras and energy field also really helps you raise your vibration and frequency, because you are focusing your awareness on things outside of, say, the immediate 3D of your physical perimeter, your skin, your bone, and that. If you start working with, imagining, creating, challenging yourself to move your vibration into your energy field and start working with your chakras and your energy light body, that it will help open you up to remember that you are just divine light and energy at the very core. And again, you can uplift your soul with spiritual teachings that are so prevalent now. And also practice holding your sacred space daily. Perhaps in meditation or you're out in nature. Just feel within and create perhaps a bubble of light of your sacred space. And allowing that to just hold that vibration. And also merge into the oneness thinking and feeling of connecting to divine oneness. That's why in the meditation, it's nice to connect with our group, with the area, the oneness of Mother Earth that we all live on, and the oneness with our galactic beings of light who are there to support us and help us in our own ascension process. So with that said, I want to say, bless your heart, namaste, and also, like say again, realize that you are divine beings of light. And with that said, I'm going to turn it over to some additional thoughts on raising your vibration. Oh, Smith. Okay.
Okay. Hi. This is Pat. Okay, I wanted to talk a little bit more and share some spiritual ways of looking at how our thoughts, because Deb talked about and touched on our thoughts and how powerful they are. One of the things that I feel strongly about, and many spiritual disciplines incorporate, is really being more conscious of the power of our thoughts, which of course we always talk about, but also about, let's take compassion, for example. Compassionate thoughts is considered one of the most powerful thoughts we can think for raising our vibration, because compassionate thoughts take us out of ourselves and into connection with others. And one of the things that thoughts have a strong connection is with our emotions, because we think emotions just come up, but they actually come from our thoughts. And one of the things you want to have your vibrational level be more consistent and able to progress, is to understand and think about what are you thinking, and do I want to have that emotion? Emotions will tell us what we're thinking. Sometimes we get angry, for example, and that is a thought pattern with the energy that really takes our vibrational level denser and lower. And we want to kind of try to stay and be aware of that connection, because during the day, if we're more connected, more aware of what thoughts, like Deb Star Walker had said, taking us to a higher vibration or not, that's something that happens all day, and it becomes a practice or a discipline to be aware. I think awareness is a huge part of raising our vibration, and also being in coherence with our thoughts and our words and deeds. Almost all traditions around the world, spiritual, religious, whatever, talk about ethical living on some level. They talk about what are the thoughts, words, and deeds that we're living in, for example, if you have a compassionate thought and you have compassionate feelings, how does that translate into your life, into your daily choices that you make of what you do? It's interesting that around the world, almost all meditators and meditative practices do talk about the connection between what we eat and what we feel, because again, we're connected with the energy of all life around us. So we have to be aware of being in coherence between our understanding of the world, physical, animals, plants, everything. We're all connected. So if we're not consciously looking at that connection and making choices, they do have an effect on our vibrational level during the day. So because what we want to be is more peaceful. So there's a lot of vegetarianism has been historically all around the world in many different traditions. When people meditate more and are more into that inner way and inner life, it often becomes a thing that they automatically start looking at and feeling and doing. So because it does affect Mother Earth a great deal, as well as the fact that it affects the animal life around us. So we start to choose something called the least harm. And I think there's some spiritual understandings of how to live, and that's one of the strongest. Please go through life thinking, saying, and doing the least harm. So that's something that also helps us to be more centered, more in coherence, more connected with all parts of ourselves, physical, mental, emotional, and the spiritual self becomes more in harmony, because we're doing that belief system, for example. And the last thing was about how meditation raises our vibrations. Meditation, in order to be able to be present to feeling energy, it helps to practice being present and being receptive, because meditation is an act of being present, of being aware, and being calm. And the calmer we are, in our thoughts, words, and deeds, the more and more present we are all the time. It's a daily moment to moment choice and practice. So I just wanted to bring this in as one of the things that I found helpful in life over time, to be able to work on that coherence of thought, words, and deeds. Thank you. That's my part of sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I've unmuted everybody, and wanted to ask a couple things. How does Tuesday at this time work for most people? Is that okay? Or does the consensus want another day, or anybody? Oh, and I'll unmute or start the video so you can see my face. There I am.
Hey,
Might see my crown chakra light. It's happening. I'm gonna send any second, and Pat's gonna have to do it all by himself.
oh,
I want to thank Star Walker, because she has done all of this.
no.
Thank you.
She prepares emails.
Walker.
Basically, all I do is I send them out. So we talk about things.
Oh,
but
that's sweet. Thank
there's
you.
been good effort.
That's sweet. Hey, I'm just doing my job as a starseed walk-in. I know that's what I'm supposed to do, so I'm doing it. And it's with much love and joy that I'm so grateful to be able to share and help others on their spiritual path. So it's an honor.
Yay. Thank you. Hi, Pete.
Hi.
For
Hi.
Hey, hi. So Tuesday 11, I guess, works for everybody.
Yes.
We'll
Yeah.
keep that.
Yes.
So, like say when the new invite is sent out, that it also have the recorded replay that people can watch again. And so people who can't make it then can watch it. And I'm gonna work it to put it on my website where they can easily go there, or just find the last email to do that. So that's what I'm working on. So what would the next week's topic like to be, or what do you want to learn, or what do you want to share that you have to share? Because we're all in this together, and everybody's a teacher and everybody's a student.
Deb, I have a question. Could you put that map up again, a little larger, of the
Yeah.
Tucson area with all the vortexes?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. It'll take me a second to get it and to find it. Okay, let's see.
That's as big as it gets, I guess.
No, I can go back. What am I doing?
You hit the wrong one.
If you just copy that map and send that out in an email, perhaps then we can make it larger.
You can enlarge
Great
that.
idea.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
You can
Nice
just
to
drag
see
on
that.
that and enlarge it.
Yeah, it's in another part, but for right now, this is quickest and easiest for me to find it is this, but I can send out, and okay, I'll make a note to send out the email on the 6 portals. And just quickly let you know what that's about is that basically I was directed by Spirit to come to this area. They had me sell my sacred acreage in Washington State and just wound up here in Tucson. And for the first 2 winters, I stayed in Vail. And during that time, Spirit said, hey, you need to go out and create these ascension portals. And the first one is in the far left, upper left, up left west of I-10. You'll see a number 1 in sort of a circle that says number 1 by it. And that was the first one that was set. And then going up to number 2 and going around, you see it, and the last one was in the Green Valley area. And as these were being set, there was a corresponding release of energies that needed to be released by the mountains a lot. And so I talk with the mountains and communicate with the spirit of the mountains almost daily and just feel the vibration rising. And part of this is basically to help us on our ascension path, because we're living in the higher vibration area now, so we can do our work better. And oh, there's more on my website, wellness-energetics.com, under the blog. And I have 2 stories on there that go into detail about creating each of these 6 portals. So it's really an interesting story if you choose to read that. So but I will email that in the next email. So we're back to this.
Great.
Thank you. Are you familiar with Lee Carroll, who channels Cryon?
Yeah.
He mentioned that a few months ago in the fall, that this was coming to the Tucson area. So I got really excited when you mentioned it too, later on.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have access to that link? I'd love to hear that replay that he did, or when.
If I find it, if I can go back to it, I'll email it to you.
That's super confirmation, because there's also, quite a few people that have, when they were directed to come here and they didn't know why, and yet they just knew it, and it just totally makes sense now. And like I say, I started this back in 2017, and it took me over 2 years to finish them. And of last fall of 2019, it was completed. And basically, we're on our own to help raise the vibration now collectively. I did my job, the portals are set, and now we are activating the sacred space. So congratulations to everybody who's here and is part of that energy field.
Well, this is Sandra too. If you find that link, can you email it to everyone? The link to Cryon?
Yeah.
So I would like to say, would people be interested in talking more about how we can work with helping Mother Earth? The idea of the Gaia theory maybe, and how this all works together. We can do in other ways too. Is that an interest?
Yeah. Yes.
Sure. Yes.
I think probably you can find it very easily by Google. Just Google Cryon, K-Y-R-O-N.
K-R-Y-O-N.
K-R-Y-O-N.
Yeah, I'll get you
Just
the link.
Google that one.
And that was about 2 months ago?
In the fall, I'll try to find it specifically, because I usually keep notes. It'll be easy for me to find it.
Yeah, that's great confirmation. I was wondering, there's another thing you sort of came up with that, thinking if that might be something you might like is maybe for a next topic or not. I want to share a screen of what I wrote up and see what you think of this. And this could be more like, I would call homework, maybe. Just some thoughts. If you want to copy this down, or if it feels something that would be good to talk about next week, is that, with all that's going on, we're at a very critical juncture of, do we go back to the same old, or do we move forward in our new ascension process for a new earth? And so come up with these things, and I don't know if you, like say, I can email them out to everybody if they wish. And basically,
That would be great, Deb.
yeah, noticing what positive benefits or experiences have came up. And for me, I was mostly noticing how Mother Earth is so resilient.
Yeah.
And then what positive changes do you want to see carried through into your future and the world's future? Or what would the new world really look like to you? And then on a personal note, just putting your goals down on all these different levels. And again, bless you.
Thank you. Did you notice I did it into my elbow, even in my own house?
Doesn't matter to us.
Thank you.
But
This is Sandra. They were just interviewing some TV actor on the news, and he had lost 17 pounds.
I saw that.
Vegetables.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Interesting. So anyway, how does this sound as maybe a side topic for next week, or it's something you can do personally and just keep it for yourself and go through? But it's here, and I'll put in the next email if people want to utilize it, or it's their choice on that.
It would be a great next week topic, Deb.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
put
not for this week, but for next week.
next week. Yeah.
But
I
these are the questions, you know, that are there. So I'll
Yeah.
send it out. It's probably nobody didn't write that down, but okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I appreciate that. And I was wondering if maybe at some point, if we keep coming back every week, everyone can talk a little bit about what they are doing. You know, this is like a personal thing, but what they are doing, any outreach they're doing, or any writing or speaking or anything else that they're doing as well, to bring this to, you know, to make this happen.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Is that something we want to do next week too, to really think about that and what we could, you know, say and share, and maybe that information would spark someone to, oh, they started maybe writing a little book or something. Maybe that's something I want to do, or whatever. Yeah, good idea.
Show and tell.
You mean just make up a journal?
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever you're doing, just to share whatever it is that you are doing already.
I've had a lot happen to me in the last month, and I've got a lot of it journaled, but not all of it. And I regret not doing all of it because a lot of amazing things have happened to me. And I'm just in awe of everything.
Who is talking?
It's Acres family. It's Wanda. I can't get the video going, so I'm going to have to figure out how to fix that.
Wanda, that sounds wonderful. I think people sharing these kinds of experiences is so interesting and enlightening.
It is. It is.
Right.
I'll just also say I came to Tucson in 1976, so I've been here a long time, and I've seen all the changes. And but I was even back then, I know I was drawn to come here. I'd been living in South America, and I ended up at the university. So I came to Tucson, and I've been here ever since. And I'm just really interested in all the things that you're finding, Deborah, with the different energies and other people's experiences too in this area.
This is Sandra. Years ago in St. Louis, I went to a very good psychic. All I did was walk in the door, and she looked at me, took my jacket, said, "You're supposed to be in the Southwest."
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
Great.
That happened to me too. I went to a fair, you know how they have natural health fairs with psychics. And this one lady was the daughter of a person I knew years ago. This was maybe 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. And so I decided to talk to her. I said, "Oh, you're so-and-so's daughter." So she said, "Yeah." And so she said, "You want a reading?" And I was like, "Well, okay," you know, because I wanted to talk to her. And she, right off the bat, she says, "You're going to be moving to Arizona, I see." And I was thinking, no, New Mexico maybe. But right, I ended up in Arizona. So
Beautiful.
I wonder if I could just share a couple things that I'm doing also. Is that all right, Deb? Is that okay, Deb?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Well, in mid-March, right before the lockdown, I finally finished a book called The Big Picture of Life. And it's a book that I co-authored with Mark Pitstick from the Soul Truth Foundation and Gary Schwartz, who's a professor at the U of A in the Consciousness Lab there. And I had met them both at Afterlife conferences in Scottsdale a few years ago. And they are very dedicated to scientific proof of the afterlife within the Consciousness Lab, the studies they're doing. And Dr. Schwartz is creating something like the Academy of Post-Material Sciences, in other words, looking at all these other beyond life kind of things. So it's basically written for teenagers and young adults. Mark is also involved in helping parents heal, which is a group that helps parents who've had children who've died. And so that's out there. And I'd love to talk about that anytime that anyone would like to know more about that. It's on Amazon. And the other thing that I'm starting to work on too that I've thought of for years, I'm a retired school counselor, and I've been studying spirituality with a teacher for many, many years. But I started a business called Creating Conscious Connections. and I really haven't done much as a business, but one of my next writing endeavor will be to write a series of 3 books that I see as reach in and connect with yourself, reach out and connect with others, and reach up and connect with the divine. So a lot of this is kind of important pieces of adding into that series. I call it a psycho-spiritual thing, and I'm very much interested in making this available to a lot of people. So I call it promoting, that my business is all about promoting social, emotional, and spiritual well-being for all. The for all part is making it easy to read and easy to understand, because some books I've seen are just maybe a little bit too esoteric for some people. So if you have any ideas or comments, I'd love to hear from you too. Deb can give you my email if you ever want to do that.
And what's your name again?
Kata Mapes.
Kata. Okay.
It's a nickname.
Okay. Great. Blessings.
Thank you.
Blessings into all you're creating.
Thank you, Susan.
You're welcome. Yeah.
And also another thing, I've talked to Deb about this, but once this is all over, for anyone who lives in this area, my daughter moved out and I've got lots of space in my house. So I thought about once a month I'll have a gathering, and I'm calling it a gathering for interesting and sometimes complicated people. To get together and have fun, because it's nice also to have the social interaction once we're out of lockdown.
Excellent.
Thank you.
And I'll just toss that really briefly in case anyone's interested. I'm offering yoga remotely through Zoom. Very gentle, calming yoga Wednesday morning at 9:45. So if anyone's interested, could let me know and I can send you information.
You want to give us your email address?
Sure. It's Susan P as in pistachio Lewis LEWIS @gmail.com.
Where do you live again, Susan? I forgot.
I was in Grass Valley and I'm currently in Northern California. I came here to visit a friend and then the state went into lockdown in mid-March.
So you've been stuck there ever since? Wow.
I'm here. I'm here.
For a reason. Must be.
I'm sorry?
Must be for some reason.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So, yeah. Great. Thank you, Deb, for doing this.
Thank you.
So helpful.
I'm Pat.
Yeah. I'm Pat. I'm sorry. Thank you.
A little bit.
Deb and Pat. Yeah. Good to
Yeah.
see
She
you.
keeps me more grounded. I get too airy-fairy and into the energy spirit world, and she brings me down to where I got to live in this world.
Balance,
I'm so
right?
good. If I bring you down.
Yeah.
Is there any questions regarding the PowerPoint or information that I shared?
No.
I love the graphics that you come up with.
Yes.
You're pretty.
I spent a lot of time on that. I was telling
Yeah.
Pat that
I
I
can
really
tell.
get into it. It must be my Virgo side. I really like to put in a lot of detail, and it's fun.
They're great.
Yeah.
Great.
So again, is there any other topics, or did that one sheet, that document of what you've noticed is positive and you want to keep, and your connection to the earth, is that okay for next week, or do you want something else? I mean, in addition.
That would be great. That would be fantastic.
I'll send it out to everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's a Word document. Oh, I can attach the Tucson area portal picture in with that Word document.
Yeah.
So we can get that.
Great. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
At, you head back to Ohio.
We can't go back. We're not going back till beginning of June, probably.
Oh, okay.
Who lives in Ohio?
I do.
I can't see. Oh, okay. I was born in Cleveland.
Oh, my husband was too. That's my husband's hometown is Cleveland. We live in the Dayton area now.
Oh, okay. Well, I went to school in Athens and lived in that area.
Ah,
Yeah.
so where were you born in Cleveland? Where'd you live?
University Hospital. Then I lived in Parma and then Lyndhurst,
Ah, okay.
and then Chagrin Falls.
Yeah.
Well,
Small world.
blessed day, everyone. Have a
Yeah,
beautiful
it's
day.
a little afternoon,
see
so
you.
maybe we should
Thank you.
wrap up.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Namaste, everyone.
Bye next week.
See you much.
See you. Thank you.
Namaste.
Blessings.
Thanks again, Pat and Deb Starwalker. Namaste.
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 Bye.
See Jill's waving.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Blessings, everyone.
Blessings.